it's Tiffany back with another video. I'm here with Krista.
Hello.
We're going to talk about her medical and ask her a bunch of questions. So, how old are you? Let's start off with that.
I'm 21. I was born and raised in Lakeland, Florida, but now I'm living in Texas. So, yeah, my medical condition is scoliosis. I found out. Do you want me to just jump right in?
Just jump right in.
Okay. So, I found out whenever I was, actually, I don't know. Okay, so first, my friend, we were swimming. I think I was like in 5th grade. We were going swimming. I was wearing my 2-piece bathing suit, and she was saying how she noticed that one of my sides went in more than the other, and she's like, "Why does your side do that? Like, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, rude, but I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I never noticed. And I looked in the mirror after that, and I was like, she's right. Like, one of my sides goes in a lot. I don't know why it does that, but it just does. And then maybe about a year later, we had like a little check thing in middle school, and they had us like bend over, and they would see if we had any curve in our spine, and they told me that they think that I have a small curvature in my spine, that I need to go see like an actual doctor and get it checked out. So I told my mom. We didn't really think it was anything big, so we kind of just put it off. And probably about 2 years later is when we actually went to go see a doctor about it, and I got my x-ray done. And sure enough, I had scoliosis. It was worse than like just small cases, but it wasn't bad enough to where I had to get anything done at the time. But eventually they told me that I would have to wear a brace because it just kept getting worse and worse. And I had to sleep in the brace for a year. He said it was only a 50-50 chance that it would even work, which made it like almost unbearable to even wear it because it was so uncomfortable. Like, imagine sleeping in a freaking brace that... So if my side went in this way on this side, it pushed it the opposite way on this side. So the whole entire time was like just pushing my sides while I'm sleeping. I don't understand how people are supposed to sleep like that.
So that's like when I had a fusion.
Yeah.
I had to wear a neck brace like all the time besides when I was sleeping and eating.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't eat all the time, so I was like, that's it, I'm laying down, I'm sleeping.
That's all you want to do, you just want to lay down.
Because I didn't want to wear that neck brace. Even to this day, I'm supposed to wear it in cars and whatnot.
I didn't know that.
And on airplanes, and I'm like, nope, it should be fused, we're good.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wore the brace. We went back, and he said that it didn't help. So it was all for nothing. Not all for nothing. At least we could try to do something. But he said that the next thing would be surgery. It wasn't bad enough to where I needed the surgery at the time, but he said with the rate it was going at, it was going to keep getting worse and worse, and by the time I was older, I was going to definitely need the surgery, and that it's easier to recover from surgery when you're younger rather than later when you have a job, you gotta miss work, or if I wanted to have kids later on, like, yeah, so it was just better for me to get it done now. So it was like after my junior year, or right before my junior year of high school. I can't remember which one it was. But
do you remember?
It was like around 2000, I think it was 2015. I think 2014.
I think it was the end of junior year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Going into senior.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Because I think you had it done the summer before senior year.
Yep. So,
Nice.
had that done. I have 2 rods in my lower back. I forget what, because you know how they have your spine divided up in like L
lumbar,
and T and all that.
thoracic,
It's
and cervical.
Yeah, it's through my lumbar and thoracic. I don't remember exactly which cervical, what are they called?
Vertebrae?
Yeah, vertebrae. I don't know specifically which ones they are, but I just know it's like from about middle of my back all the way down. And they actually told me that I was supposed to have it like my whole entire back done, but it was 2 days before my surgery when we had to go in, get blood work done and everything, make sure everything was good before the surgery. He said that he thinks he wanted to do just the middle to the lower back because he felt like the top wasn't as bad, and with straightening out the bottom, it might straighten out the top a little bit.
Right.
We've gotten x-rays since my surgery, and it didn't change anything, and I still kind of have back pain in my upper back, but so I kind of wish I would have just gotten it all done, but oh well, whatever. So,
And before, like, the surgeries and all that, you were symptomatic?
so at first, whenever I was younger, like if you don't ever get glasses and you don't ever go to the doctor or something, but you have bad vision, you don't know that you have bad vision because that's all you know what I mean? So whenever I was younger, I always thought, like, just everyone had, like, uncomfortableness in their back and stuff, I thought that's how everyone got, and obviously I heard older people talking about back pain and stuff, but I just assumed that everyone got the same thing as me, like, they felt pain in their back sometimes, or they felt uncomfortable whenever they slept a certain way and stuff, which I guess turned out, I found out later, obviously, that it wasn't that, and that I actually did have something. And it wasn't so much pain at first, when I first found out when I was younger. It was more of just uncomfortableness, like I had a hard time sleeping, or I always felt like I had to pop my back or something. And then later on, like, as it got worse and worse, it started hurting a little bit more. I get a lot of pain, like, my upper back. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a sharp pain, and I still get it now.
When I know you were in cheerleading, did that seem to aggravate it any, or not necessarily?
I think when I was more active is whenever it didn't hurt as much because, I was more active. I was stretching. I was doing stuff with my body. But now that I'm trying to get back into being more active. But when, like, I do things now, like at work, my back will hurt after being at work all day, doing something physical all day. But I think if I just keep strengthening my core and stuff like that, then eventually I'll get back to where it doesn't hurt so much. But yeah, in cheerleading before, the only limitations that did stop is me and Taylor both couldn't do stunting or tumbling. So my first year cheerleading, I didn't do any tumbling. I just knew right away that wasn't something I was going to be able to do. But I did stunt. I was one of the main bases until we did a cradle, throwing the girls up in the air and catching, and the other girl overthrew, and the girl landed on me and bent my back that way, and so I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to keep risking this with my back. So we couldn't do that anymore. So there are limitations, and it did cause pain. But
so to some extent, it did interfere with everyday life.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want to lead into, because I know for me in my medical, I've had to accept a new normal, if that makes sense. I don't know if you experience the same kind of things. Or
so I know for sure I am not as flexible as other people with their backs. Like, there's so much that I can and can't do. I can't be lifting so much weight, bending over, picking up stuff that's super heavy, stuff like that. That's just something I need to realize, and it took a while to realize that, because I would want, like, I want to be independent. I don't want to ask for people's help. I want to do it myself, but at the end of the day, there's some things I can't do, and I have to ask for help. And then also one thing that was a concern was I was tired all the time. I still am. And my doctor told me that a lot of times people with scoliosis, it takes more energy to do everyday like things and activities, that it causes you to, like, get tired easier and faster than a normal person. So I'm tired all the time. I also think that has to do with me just liking to sleep, but I think it does have to do with my back, so I don't know.
So after surgery, do you feel like life is better or the same?
Sometimes I actually think about that a lot, actually, not sometimes. I wonder if, like, maybe I just shouldn't have had the back surgery, because sometimes it almost feels like I have more pain now than I did before. But the thing is, if I wouldn't have had the surgery at all, later on, it's going to be even worse.
Right.
So I think I did need to have the surgery for sure, but at the same time, I do think that I have more pain now after the surgery than I did before. Also, something that I didn't have pain from my back before was like cold weather. I don't know if you experience this.
Sometimes, yeah.
But cold weather in the metal in your body, it gets cold and it freaking hurts.
Or like for me, I experience a lot of joint discomfort when it gets cold out. So, and I think you do too.
Yeah, I do. I know.
Yeah.
Or even like changes in like the weather. Like right now, like I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah. It's like
I'm just
cold
kidding.
or rain.
Yeah.
Rain sometimes does it too. But it's pretty bad. It sucks. Especially if it's like super cold. Florida doesn't get super, super cold, but it does sometimes. Every now and then it's like, what is going on with you, Florida? What are you doing?
Are we in Florida? Or
Yeah.
are we up north?
But like in Texas lately, we've been having super cold weather. Well, every now and then we do. It's kind of like Florida. It's like bipolar. At one day it's hot, one day it's cold. But a lot colder than I'm used to. I know other people up north are probably like, they don't know what they're talking about. That's not cold. But it was cold to me, and it freaking hurt my back. So
Just a quick disclaimer, we are Floridians.
yeah, we don't like the cold. That's why we stay down here. I moved to a different state, but I didn't move anywhere up. I can't even talk. I didn't move anywhere up further north. Heck no.
So I guess that brings me to the last question. If you could give one piece of advice to anyone going through a tough time, whether it be medical issues, relationships, whatever, what would it be?
My thing that gets me like motivated is I like having goals, and it kind of gives me something to look forward to. So I'm not always thinking about like the bad times or anything. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, this sucks now, but I'm pushing towards an like overall goal, and I want to get there, and so I just keep going until I get there. No matter how long it takes, it's harder whenever you set a time limit, because then you let yourself down too many times. So I like to set a goal and not to put a time limit on it. Every now and then it's good to put like a kind of time limit, like within the next 5 years or something. But if you're saying like you want to do something crazy within like 2 months, that's too hard. You gotta set realistic goals and then just stick to them and like keep working at them. Even if you don't make it by the time limit, don't give up. Like just keep going.
See, that's where like I think you and I can agree. I don't like quitting. I hate quitting. I'm not a quitter. Obviously, you can see my vision board's full of quotes. To me, it's easier to quit than to keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you have to find the strength to keep trying.
Yep.
And you have to have hope.
Yeah.
And for me, hope stands for hold on, pain ends.
I've never heard that. Wait, what is it?
Hold on, pain ends.
That's cool. I never heard that.
So
I like
that's
that.
a little acronym that I've seen a lot of people use. And I
Yeah.
kind of...
And something I like for motivational, like for day to day, not just like overall, but I know sometimes you just have days where you just don't even want to get out of bed. Because I have those days all the time. I just want to lay in bed all day.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I will do it sometimes. And every now and then it's okay to allow yourself to take that time. But my dad always told me, do something for yourself every single day. So you can tell yourself that you did something every single day. And it doesn't have to be something big. You could say, I did the laundry today. I did my laundry today. I did my essay for school today. Like, just do something for yourself every day. Don't just let the day waste away and not do anything. So that's my day-to-day motivation I try to think about. Even if, and it doesn't have to be a task either. It can be like, go have fun. Like me and Taylor went out to go eat and have drinks. Like that counts as doing something for yourself. It's just something to do for yourself. So
That's all the questions. Thank you for being on my channel and letting me interview you.
I don't like being on camera, but I kind of do. I feel awkward.
I mean, I hope this wasn't too bad. I know.
No, I like it. I just
So-
gotta get used to being in front of the camera. Hello, people. And everyone, millions of
that's it.
people can see this.
I figured I wanted people to hear from a different perspective, because like I could sit here and I can tell them, hey, look, you just gotta keep going, don't quit. But I hear so many times that I have a friend, she goes, you're stronger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want her to see and others to see. It's not
Yeah.
just
I
me.
say that all the time. Harry said to me the other day, he's like, you and your sister are so strong. And I'm like, I don't even know how my sister does it, because if I have like a headache, like I just don't want to do anything. I want to break down and cry, and she just pushes to go to school. She goes to work. She does her day-to-day things, and it's like, how?
I talk to a lot of people about both of y'all and your mom. I don't know that much about your mom's medical, but I know I've heard about yours and then Taylor's, and so I talk to people about it all the time. I was talking to my stepmom and was telling her about how you had like crazy amount of surgeries, and Taylor's had similar surgeries, and she, like, both y'all just still are, like, Taylor too, she thinks she's not strong. Are you kidding me? You go to school and work your butt off. You do clinicals, you go to school, you do all kinds of stuff. Y'all are both very strong. So is your mom.
And so are you.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know about that.
But that's what I want people to kind of see, the different aspects. Like,
yeah,
I can sit here and go, oh, you can do it too, blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of different when you have multiple people coming on here going, no, look, just don't quit. You can do it too.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I think it helps when people have different, like you're saying, different looks at it. And I don't know.
Well, and different walks of life, because, like, your medical is not
Yeah.
always the same as, like, I have back pain too, but it's not from the same thing. It's not the same thing. So, like, you can take it from a different perspective and, you know.
And I love how all of us have, like, gone against our limitations. Like, you wake up in pain all the time, but you still go do what you need to do. You get out of bed and you go meet with people and talk to people and do your work and everything, which can be, like, physically exhausting. And then me, I have back pain and causes me to get tired, but I go and do a job that's literally physical. Sometimes I'm lifting like 50 pounds worth of stuff. Like, I'm not gonna let it stop me. And you don't let it stop you, and Taylor doesn't let it stop her. We just keep going.
And that's all
Just
you
gotta
can
do what you gotta do. So,
Well, thank you so much for coming.
thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.